This is the Leitmotif and Movement Podcast, a father and son's journey into the vast worlds of music. I am your host, Mike Ficklin, and joining me on this epic musical journey is my son,
Michael Ficklin.
This show is dedicated to the discussion of music and introducing Michael to music from the past and present. We discuss music mainly from the genres of rock, hard rock, and heavy metal. We also from time to time dive into film and video game scores, and we sprinkle in some surprises along the way. Michael, what have you been listening to this week?
I haven't really listened to anything this week. The only thing I've listened to is the assignment.
Any particular reason why?
Just haven't wanted to listen to music.
Well, that's a bummer. I always like to listen to music, even if it's just a little bit of something. For me, I checked out the new album from Lamb of God titled Into the Void. This is the American heavy metal group's 10th record. If you're familiar with the band's brand of thrash punk influenced heavy metal, then you know what you're in for here. Double kick machine gun drums, thrashy, groovy, heavy as hell guitar riffs, and Randy Blythe's trademark death metal screams and growls are all present here. Something that has changed is the band's logo. Gone is the old papyrus font, and in with a sleeker, more modern and generic typeface. However, digging into the record itself is like eating a meal full of comfort foods. The band gives us plenty of what we enjoy from them, such as Into Oblivion, Parasocial Christ, The Killing Floor, and Bully. El Vacchio brings a unique sound to the album, breaking from the heavy, thrashing sound to a more ballad-like territory. Bly even provides some nicely done clean vocals in the verses. It does feel like the band made an effort to try and recapture the magic from their early releases, and I feel that for the most part they do succeed. This gets a Pick of the Week nomination from me. Also checked out the new record from Poison the Well titled Peace in Place. The American post-hardcore metalcore band have returned with their 6th studio record, and the first one since 2009's The Tropic Rot. The band has lost none of its angst or anger. The band brings a mix of heavy as hell riffs and more melodic moments that remind me of the best early 2000s metalcore bands. Standout songs for me include Primal Bloom, which is very reminiscent of something 36 Crazy Fists might have done, Thoroughbreds, Weeping Tones, A Wake of Vultures, and the crushing closer Plague Them the Most. The album features a fun throwback to the greatness of CDs, in that there is a hidden track that plays out as a melancholic ballad. It's quite different from the band's usual sound. Peace in Place is a satisfying return for Poison the Well, and a reminder of what metalcore should be. The last thing I checked out is the new record from the Deer Hunter titled Sonya. This is the American prog rockers' 9th studio record and is the sequel to 2022's Enthronement. This is such a fun and quirky listen. It has a cinematic 70s or 80s sci-fi aesthetic to it. The album features lots of synths, strings, funky bass rhythms, and jazzy guitar work. Album closer Sonya even features a fantastic sax solo and a horn section. Musically, it's very theatrical and over the top in all the best ways. I loved songs like Opener The Wasteland, the very funky The Bizarteria, and the 3-part Glass Desert Suite. Casey Crescenzo's vocals are a big highlight. He's always been fantastic, but on this record he gives an absolute tour de force performance. To say I enjoyed my time with this record would be a huge understatement. I sat with a smile on my face the entire time, tapping my feet to the infectious rhythms and thoroughly enjoying the soundscapes. It gets a Pick of the Week nomination as well. Michael, did you think of anything?
I'm just going to say 9 albums? That's
Yep.
insane.
Yeah, the Deer Hunters put out 9 studio records, but Lamb of God had just put out their 10th one. So
Wowzers.
they've been going for a while too.
Wowzers. What albums?
All right. Now we're going to get into mine and Michael's favorite segment. This is the Art of Discovery, wherein we take a listen to a few bands that are either unsigned or just not getting the love and attention we feel they deserve. We've got a great collection of songs for you this time around. We're going to kick things off with a metalcore band out of Houston, Texas that we've featured on the show before. This is Enthronement with their song Demiurge.
Give yourself to the false God. False God. As I sleep and I wake, I fight through Armageddon. I reject the heaven you create. Give yourself to the force. God. You better make the Demiurge. I back down and rip from the skin. The taste of blood doesn't feel like sin. I overlook the mess, a silent wrench. You took me for so long, but now there's nothing left. You venerate the enemy. As I sleep and I wake, I fight through Armageddon. I reject the heaven that you create for the legions. A trap that was born in Eden. No absolution. You venerate them. Give yourself to the false God.
And once again, that was Enthronement with their song Demiurge. You can purchase their music from the iTunes store. Michael, that gives me huge Spirit Box vibes, man. That song kicks ass.
I do get the Spirit Box vibe 100%.
Yeah, dude, that song absolutely rocks. Outstanding. All right. For our next song, we've got a metalcore band out of Sydney, Australia. This is Elara with their song Elakai.
You still got your boombox? Play something and turn it way up. Something danceable.
Now here to get down from that ledge, running straight into no man's land, son. Listen to slaughter in the heavenly red. So damn me was hanging up by a thread. And when the song goes out, will your thoughts bring put to rest? What is out? For so restricted. You can say that they blew what you knew when they couldn't last. Make a motherfucker boots.
Something a little less demonic, please.
Brick by brick, I build my kingdom in the deep end. From a desert busy heavens above, in the south I feel the heat, in the north there's a love. Wow. Brick by brick, I build my kingdom in the deep end. Coming down to earth because these glass are enough. In the south I feel the heat, in the north there's a love. Down the sage is back, to the breath all around again. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, but the head that knows the end. Fuck it. Did what you wanted and found you the problem. Solution is simple, you simply don't want it. I couldn't care less, it's just not that important. I built it and you would trust who would trust. Brick by brick, I build my kingdom in the deep end. From the desert piece of heavens above, in the south I feel the heat, in the north it's a love. Brick by brick, I build my kingdom in the deep end. Coming down to earth because these clouds are enough. In the south I feel the heat, in the north it's a love. On the right track, but the wrong train is gone. There's only pity for the city when the rest is a dawn. Son, you would never point if you were keeping a scar. Like you would never lie without a darkness of torch. Get on your feet. Brick by brick, I build my kingdom in the deep end. From the desert busy heavens above, in the south I feel the heat, in the north there's a love. Ow! Brick by brick, I build my kingdom in the deep end. Coming down to earth because these clouds are enough. In the south I feel the heat, in the north there's a love. Your breakdown taste of a song.
And once again, that was Elara with their song Elakai. You can purchase their music from the iTunes store. Michael, what'd you think of that, man? That thing just, gives you that stank face, man.
It was amazing.
Goes hard, dude.
Yeah.
All right, our final song on the segment comes from an instrumental post-rock band out of California. This is the Mantra Discord with their song The Lost Widow. And once again, that was the Mantra Discord with their song, The Lost Widow. That comes from the Lost Widow EP, and you can purchase their music from their Bandcamp page, themantradiscord.bandcamp.com. Michael, I really appreciate the big cinematic feel of their music, man. That's just an amazing song.
That was very, very cinematic.
Yeah, dude. So good. All right. We would like to thank all three of the bands that we featured on today's segment. If you would like to be featured in this segment, feel free to reach out to us either via email at lightmovepod@gmail.com or through one of our various social media accounts. If we like what we hear, we would love to play your music on the show. All right, Michael, now let's get into our main topic. We're going to break down U2's 1987 release, The Joshua Tree. The Joshua Tree is the fifth studio album from Irish rock band U2, produced by Daniel Lanois and Brian Eno, was released on March 9th of 1987 by Island Records. The album is influenced by American and Irish roots music, and through socio-politically conscious lyrics embellished with spiritual imagery, it contrasts the group's antipathy for the real America with their fascination with the mythical America. The record's theme was inspired by their experiences in the United States as well as American literature and politics. Recording for the record began in January 1986 in Ireland, and to foster a relaxed, creative atmosphere, the group primarily recorded in two houses. Several events during the sessions helped shape the conscious tone of the album, including the band's participation in the Conspiracy of Hope benefit concerts for Amnesty International, the death of their roadie Greg Carroll, and lead vocalist Bono's travels to Central America. Throughout the sessions, U2 sought a cinematic quality for the record, one that would evoke a sense of location, in particular, the open spaces of the U.S. They represented this in the sleeve photography depicting them in American desert landscapes. The Joshua Tree received critical acclaim, increasing U2's stature significantly. It topped the charts in over 20 countries, including the U.S., for the group's first #1 album there, and it became the fastest-selling album in British history at that point. The Joshua Tree won Grammy Awards for Album of the Year and Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal at the 1988 Grammy Awards ceremony. The group supported the record with the Joshua Tree Tour, which was the highest-grossing North American tour of 1987, and marked the first time in their career that they performed in stadiums. Frequently listed among the greatest albums of all time, The Joshua Tree is one of the world's best-selling albums, as well as U2's best-selling album, with over 25 million copies sold, including a diamond certification in the U.S. U2 commemorated the record's 20th anniversary with a remastered re-release, and its 30th anniversary with concert tours and a reissue. In 2014, The Joshua Tree was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame and was selected for preservation in the U.S. National Recording Registry, having been deemed culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant by the Library of Congress. In voting for Rolling Stone's 1987 end-of-year's readers' polls, U2 won in the categories Best Album, Artist of the Year, Best Band, Best Single with or Without You, and Best Male Singer. The album placed 4th on the Best Albums list from the Village Voice's 1987 Paz and Jop Critics Poll, and 6th on NME's End-of-Year Albums list. At the Juno Awards of 1987, The Joshua Tree was nominated for International Album of the Year. In 1988, U2 received 4 Grammy Award nominations for the album and its songs, winning honors for Album of the Year and Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal for The Joshua Tree. I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For was nominated for Song of the Year and Record of the Year, but lost in both categories. U2 were the only act that year to be nominated in each of the big three categories: Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Album of the Year. U2 won the Brit Award for International Group during the 1988 ceremony. At the American Music Awards of 1988, the Joshua Tree was nominated for Favorite Pop Rock Album and the band for Favorite Pop Rock Band, Duo, or Group. Personnel appearing on the record: Bono on vocals and harmonica, The Edge on guitars, backing vocals, and piano, Adam Clayton on bass guitar, Larry Mullen Jr. on drums, Brian Eno appears on keyboards, DX7 programming, and backing vocals, Daniel Lanois on tambourine, omnichord, additional guitar, backing vocals. The Armin family appeared on One Tree Hill, Dick Armin, Paul Armin, and Adele Armin, Dick Armin provided, I think it's pronounced Rod cello. Paul Armin provided viola. And Adele Armin provided Rod violin. The Arklow Silver Band provided brass on Red Hill Mining Town, and Paul Barrett provided the brass arrangement and conducting. And Michael, with that little bit of background out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to start with track number 1. This is Where the Streets Have No Name. Michael, what you got on this?
I think that was more than a little information for background.
Dude, this record was massive, man. Absolutely massive.
I really like the anthemic build-up to, I think it's a guitar. I may be incorrect. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, there's a bit of synthesizer and the guitar building up. Yeah.
I really like the vocals. This is an amazing starting track. And this is at 270 million plays.
I totally believe it. It's, in my opinion, one of the best songs U2 has ever done.
This is third on the record, and I can tell you the exact placement and places on their most popular because I saw it up here. It looks like it ranks, I think, 8th, probably, on all of U2's stuff.
That tracks. I think that tracks. That's fair. You have anything else?
I'm gonna let you take it away.
Okay. So, this is hands down my favorite song on the record. It's in my top 5 favorite U2 songs ever, competing for number 1. Brian Eno does an incredible job with building atmosphere and ambiance with his synth work. Edge's guitar work features minimal notes. It's an arpeggio played through a delay. It's a really beautiful sounding song with a beautiful sentiment. It also features a long intro. It's almost 2 minutes before we hear Bono's vocals. Bono's vocal melodies are outstanding. There's some fantastic hooks that are so easy to sing along to, especially during the chorus. I adore lyrics like, I want to run, I want to hide, I want to tear down the walls that hold me inside, I want to reach out and touch the flame where the streets have no name. Those words are so hopeful, emotional, and powerful. They pull you in. Larry Mullen Jr. deserves a lot of praise for his drums on this song as well. The beat is so simple, but underlying there are a couple of time shifts that the band has stated made this song very difficult to pull together in the studio. This song always makes me feel uplifted. It's one of those songs that has the power to move me to tears in the right mood or under the right circumstance. Bono explained in Propaganda 5 from 1987, Where the Streets Have No Name is more like the U2 of old than any of the other songs on the record because it's a sketch. I was just trying to sketch a location, maybe a spiritual location, maybe a romantic location. I was trying to sketch a feeling. I often feel very claustrophobic in a city, a feeling of wanting to break out of that city, and a feeling of wanting to go somewhere where the values of the city and the values of our society don't hold you down. An interesting story that someone told me once is that in Belfast, by what street someone lives on, you can tell not only their religion, but tell how much money they're making. Literally, by which side of the road they live on, because the further up the hill, the more expensive the houses become. That said something to me, and so I started writing about a place where the streets have no name. Fun piece of trivia, Michael. Producer Daniel Lanois actually called this the Science Project song. He famously had a massive chalkboard in the studio to map out the timing and chord changes because the band kept getting lost.
That's funny.
It is interesting when you've got a band of the caliber of U2, and even they struggle in the studio from time to time.
Well, everybody has their struggles.
Totally.
And I do believe this, it does kind of seem off timing. It doesn't seem like it stays on one time signature on this song.
Yep. Changes up a little bit, doesn't it?
So it makes sense why they needed to do that.
Michael, do you have anything else on Where the Streets Have No Name?
I do not.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to track number 2. This is I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. Michael, what do you got on this?
Well, we get into the song a bit faster. Not 2 minutes.
Yep.
I really like the vocals, and I can't figure out what that instrument is like in the background. I can't figure that out.
There's probably a little bit of synth work, and you're probably hearing Edge playing his guitar. He's playing this chiming arpeggio. It's very different.
Yes. And I gotta give this album props for being like way different than most bands and all that.
Yeah, it's very atmospheric, very cinematic. Much different than what we've covered on this show before, aside from maybe Dredge.
I feel like Dredge is the closest that we can get.
Yeah, I completely agree. In fact, I remember giving the Dredge album that we covered, El Cielo, to a friend of mine when I worked for one of the major telecom companies back in the day. And he listened to it and brought me a U2 album. And he's like, dude, this sounds very much like U2. He goes, I want you to check this out. And I believe he brought me U2's Achtung Baby to listen to. And yeah, I mean, there's definitely some similarities in the way that the band puts together their music, composes their music.
They both are very unique.
Indeed. Very artsy.
Yes. Spotify, it's at 955 million plays. And it is second on U2's all time.
I totally believe it. It was a huge hit. Absolutely massive.
We're about to like see a great fall off soon.
Michael, do you have anything else on this song?
I do not.
All right. Well, for me, this is one of the most well-known and iconic U2 songs of all time. There's a fantastic, soulful bass line from Adam Clayton on this song. The Edge plays a chiming arpeggio. The song is tied together through Mullen's unique drum pattern. Bono's vocals are so powerful on this one. His melodies are soaring and catchy. They have a very gospel-like, soulful feel to them. This is added to by the backing vocals provided by The Edge, Brian Eno, and Daniel Lanois. I defy you not to sing along to the refrain of the chorus. Rolling Stone named this song number 93 on its 2010 list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. If that tells you anything.
Wowzers.
Lyrically, Bono touches on themes of spiritual doubt. It makes for a very touching and relatable song. Michael, are you ready to move on?
I am ready.
All right. So we'll move into track number 3. This is With or Without You. Michael, what do you got on this?
I'm just going to start and say 1.4 billion plays.
Totally believe it. Is it the number 1 song?
Yes. By a great margin.
Yep. I totally believe it. It makes all the sense. This was probably the massive hit for the band.
Here, let me do some math real fast. I can tell you the exact margin. It gaps. I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Probably pretty close to 500 million.
445 million plays. It gaps it by.
That was pretty close.
But still, insane.
Yes, it is. Big numbers, buddy.
But it makes sense why it's so popular. It's got a great hook.
Yes, it does.
I really like his vocals on this song, and there's some awesome like instrumental work and like atmosphere done on this song, and that can be said for this whole entire album.
You're absolutely right. The band just did a magnificent job with the atmosphere they build. This was a massive hit for the band. Maybe their most recognizable single ever. Musically, it feels very much like a soft, romantic ballad. This is set up through the atmospherics in the synthesizers and the gentle, minimalistic guitar approach. Bono's performance on the song is absolutely epic. You can hear each word sung dripping with emotion. I love Bono's vocalizing around the final minute of the song. It feels heartfelt and genuine. Adam Clayton puts on a masterclass in restraint by playing the same 4 notes on the bass throughout the song. He doesn't deviate once. Gives the song that hypnotic foundation that allows Bono's vocals to really take off. Bono has stated that this song is about the 2 sides of himself. One side is the responsible, protective, and loyal side. The other is the vagrant and idler who wants to run from responsibility. Michael, do you have anything else on With or Without You?
I do not.
All right. So we'll move along to track number 4. This is Bullet the Blue Sky. Michael, what do you got on this?
This is very different. It's got more guitar and drum work in it that stand out.
It's definitely the heaviest feeling song on the record for sure.
Yeah, it's 100% by miles. It takes that crown by miles. And like I said, it's a heavy fall off in plays. We're at 40 million
Starting
now.
here. Yeah. I like this song. So I imagine that, you know, those first 3 songs were definitely the biggest singles from the album and stuff. So it's kind of understandable why it falls off. Still, this song is a good one.
It's an insane fall off.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, we'll get like almost to single digits millions towards.
See, I'm gonna disagree.
Yeah, we get the lowest we get is 13 million.
I guess we'll find out what song that is when we get to it, but
There's
I'm
actually
sure I'm
two
probably going to
songs at
disagree.
13 million.
Okay.
But I really enjoy the vocals, and it's a nice switch up going from nice and nice atmosphere like to drums and guitars.
Yep. This song definitely has a darker edge to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a killer bass line on this song that drives the song forward. The tone on the Edge's guitar during the opening of the song reminds me of something you'd hear in a White Zombie song. It's industrial, sludgy, and dissonant. The Edge's guitar work again is minimal, but impactful. Bono's vocal delivery is fiery and angry at times. The song closes out with Bono doing a spoken word section and a guitar solo from the Edge. The solo is economic, with the Edge getting the most from every note. During the spoken word section, Bono is imitating a preacher he had seen on American television, adding an element of American Gothic to the song. Bono has stated that this song is expressing his anger over what he witnessed on a trip to Nicaragua and El Salvador. He saw firsthand the negative effects of U.S. military intervention in the region on the local people. Michael, do you have anything else on Bullet the Blue Sky?
I do not.
Okay, so we'll move on now to track number 5. This is Running to Stand Still. Michael, what you got on this?
This is like we're it's very different coming off from the last song.
Totally.
And we're at 47 million plays. We do not get above 100 million plays throughout the rest of the album. Actually, above 50 million plays. We do not get above 50 million plays.
This is another one of those instances where people are just chasing the singles. Come on, folks. Listen to the whole album. Listen to the songs in context with the entire album. Come on.
Well, we got very little people that came for the rest of the journey.
I'm against it.
Everybody joined with or without you, and then just disappeared.
Bounced.
I don't even think we make barely a dent in with or without you with the rest of the album.
I don't like it, but whatever.
But this has like more. He's singing in a piano, which is like the lowest you can go, like for like going like singing out. He's singing softly, best way to put it, which is unique.
Yeah, this song is unique among the rest of the album. Got a totally different sound.
It's got like a very soft. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's very like I would say peaceful, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely got this kind of cinematic, dramatic, emotional style to it. Although I will say the way the song opens has sort of a country western sound. There's that twangy acoustic guitar before getting into the song proper. Around the halfway point, there's a more pronounced drum sound coming in, and Bono vocalizes, and the song feels like it is building up towards a big climax. But instead, it quiets down again, and the song ends on a quiet, bluesy note, complete with harmonica. Lyrically, this song is the tale of a heroin-addicted couple that lives in Dublin's Ballymun Flats. During the 80s, Dublin was facing a heroin addiction epidemic, and these 7 high-rise residential towers became synonymous with this epidemic. Michael, do you have anything else on Running to Stand Still?
I do not.
Okay. So now we'll move on to track number 6. This is Red Hill Mining Town. Michael, what you got on this?
This song is very unique, and I gotta give it to U2. All of these songs are its own piece.
Totally. No song sounds like another.
I really like his vocals on this song. It's very unique. You got backing vocals with like, and then it's just awesome. And
Out of curiosity, go ahead.
I can wait.
I was just going to say, out of curiosity, have we come across your favorite song on the record yet?
Yes.
Okay. Which one was it?
I want you to guess.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm going to guess Bullet the Blue Sky.
Nah. Try again.
I don't know. With or Without You?
I gotta say, it's the first 3 songs.
The first 3 songs are it for you?
It's a good 3 songs.
It really is. It's a great run. Okay. Yeah, the reason why I was asking is because I had a feeling that you would dig Red Hill Mining Town, so I didn't know if that would end up one of your favorites, if not your favorite.
It's very good, but Spotify doesn't agree with me.
Well, you know me. I very rarely agree with Spotify, so
29 million plays.
No. This song deserves so much better.
We're about to get down to 10 millions soon.
I don't like it. Listen to the album, folks. The whole thing, start to finish.
I really enjoy his vocals. He doesn't fail with making it unique with every song.
Yeah, he puts on a masterclass on this album, doesn't he?
Yes.
This one feels like a classic rock song as it opens. I really dig the Edge's clean electric guitar tone. There's a very rhythmic, hypnotic bass line from Adam Clayton. This song features one of my favorite vocal performances on the album from Bono. I love his emotional and powerful vocal melodies during the chorus. They are absolutely gorgeous. The whole feel of the song is heart-wrenchingly drenched in emotion. Lyrically, this song puts a focus on the National Union of Mine Workers' 1984 strike in Great Britain. The strike occurred in response to the National Coal Board's campaign to close unprofitable mines. This strike led to civil unrest politically, socially, and in violent confrontations between the Union pickets and the UK police forces in the affected areas. Great song, man. This is definitely one of my favorites.
29 million plays.
No. Just no. All right, Michael, anything else for you on Red Hill Mining Town?
I do not have anything else.
Okay. We'll move on then to track number 7. This is In God's Country. Michael, what you got on this?
44 million plays.
No.
Keep in mind, I just want this to be known. I'm pretty sure all the songs together on this record and plays without you doesn't even add up enough to like tie with it.
Well, I would imagine not.
It gets close. I'm pretty sure it'd probably end up like falling short of 100 million or like 50 million, something within there.
With or Without You was such a massive hit worldwide. It's not hard to believe that the rest of the album doesn't even compute to get close. So as far as listens,
I enjoy this song. It's the shortest song on the record, but it's still good.
yeah, it's up tempo and upbeat.
Yes, very up. And I'm gonna go back and say the same thing I've been saying for the past 7 songs. It's always different. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, that's huge credit to the band, right? For not just writing the same pop hooks over and over and over again, making a conscious effort to make each song its own thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The song opens up with an acoustic guitar and electric guitar playing alongside each other before breaking into the song proper. The song is upbeat and up-tempo, like I mentioned. It feels more like a straightforward rock song. The Edge's guitar work provides its usual bright shimmer. In fact, he's putting on a bit of a 16th note rhythm masterclass. It's meant to mimic the feeling of a fast-moving train or car traveling across the American plains, providing a sense of momentum. There's some synth work underneath that provides some ambiance. It's not a bad song, but it's also not my favorite song on the record. There are certainly more interesting songs to be found. Lyrically, Bono had originally dedicated the song to the Statue of Liberty, using desert imagery to reflect both hope and despair in the context of Reagan-era politics. Michael, do you have anything else on In God's Country?
I do not.
Okay. So we'll move on then to track number 8. This is Trip Through Your Wires. Michael, what do you got on this?
We get a harmonica.
We do, and Bono does a pretty damn good job with it. That's the second appearance of his harmonica on the record.
Spotify. I really disagree. It's at 6 million plays.
Dude, no. Just no. Nope. Another victim of not listening to the whole record.
I think you're about to get mad soon.
About to?
Yeah. I don't know what your opinion is on the next couple of songs, but you may get a little frustrated with Spotify.
Fair enough. What do you got on this, buddy?
I really like that harmonica. It's so unique. And this kind of seems like it was done in a live setting, you know?
Kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
With how the vocals are, it kind of seems like it was done in a live setting. Because in live settings, you can how the audio is recorded, you can very much tell when it's in live.
Kind of feels like they're all in the same room and they're doing like a one-take live performance, doesn't it?
Yeah. I wonder how many notes the band members had just writing this record.
How many notes?
Yeah, like personal notes to like guitar riffs and all that.
Oh, you mean like jotting down, I'm
Yeah.
supposed to come in here, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I bet quite a bit.
This song seems like this whole entire album seems on awkward timing.
I wouldn't call it awkward. There are some odd timing signatures, but I wouldn't call it awkward per se.
I don't know how to describe it. It's not usual time signatures.
You're used to that 4/4 timing, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I've got all kinds of fun stuff for you, my guy, as we get deeper into the old progressive side of music.
Let's
I
hear from you.
love I love the bluesy feel of this song. It's much different than anything else on the record. We even get, as you mentioned, Bono playing the harmonica. Daniel Lanois' omnichord provides some additional jangle in the background. Bono's vocal performance is moody and heartfelt. His vocal melodies are hooky and memorable. The rhythm section of Clayton and Mullen absolutely kill it on this song. They provide a terrific rhythm and blues backbone. Lyrically, this song is meant to be about a girl who brings out passionate feelings from a guy. Bono has stated that this song was meant to be heard in conjunction with a song called Sweetest Thing, which was a song written about his wife. Sweetest Thing didn't make the record, but was instead included as the B-side to Where the Streets Have No Name when that was released as a single. Michael, do you have anything else on Trip Through Your Wires?
I do not.
Okay. So now we'll move on to track number 9. This is One Tree Hill. Michael, what you got on this?
29 million plays.
Okay. I really don't want to make this show all about me railing about how wrong Spotify listeners are, but that kind of stuff just...
Nah, I think you're happy with the plays, you know?
Sure.
This is another unique song. I really like that riff. And like the how it's very uptuned, the guitar. And of course amazing vocals. And he had some decently higher notes.
Yeah, he's got a really, really great range.
Yeah. I've heard a very, very, very great range. I wish I had that range, but I don't.
Neither do I, buddy. You're not alone. I think if everybody could do it, Bono would not have been as successful, right?
Yeah.
Because if everybody could do it, it makes him less unique. But that's, one of the things that makes him great is his range.
It seems like he can drop down low and also go up high.
Sure can. And he has great control.
Yes. I'm curious if he has like any other musical background like at all.
I really think you should dig into their entire back catalog because it's very widely varied and you get a really good taste of what he's capable of. I mean, a lot of the early U2 stuff is more on the punk side of things, so you get a completely different side of him.
But I'm I'm curious. I'm really curious if he like was in like if he I don't know. He may just have a natural skill for just singing and just
Are you talking about like whether he's had any formal training?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that myself.
Because he's very controlled.
Yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through his Wikipedia page, just trying to see if it mentions if he had any formal training. Yeah, it doesn't. The article doesn't mention that he had any sort of formal training. So,
Wow.
taught himself.
That's amazing.
It is. For me, this song has a warm and cinematic quality to it. It seems to me like the kind of song that you might hear playing over the closing credits to a drama film. Edge's minimalist, atmospheric guitar riff, along with the synthesizers, create an emotional and warm feel. Bono delivers an emotional, heartfelt vocal performance. Lyrically, this is a tribute to Greg Carroll, who was a friend and roadie to the band that died in a motorcycle accident. Bono pours his grief and his reflections on Carroll taking him on his first trip to Auckland, New Zealand's One Tree Hill. Bono recorded his vocals in one take. He was so overcome with emotions that he didn't think he could sing it a second time. Michael, do you have anything else on One Tree Hill?
I do not.
Okay. So we'll move on now to track number 10. This is Exit. Michael, what you got on this?
You're about to throw some hands. 13 million plays.
Man, no. Okay. I'm done.
Same with the next song. 13 million plays.
I think I've raged enough against Spotify for the day. I don't want to be angry anymore.
This song is unique in its own way. This song is like another song that kind of seems like it was done in a live setting, you know?
I could see it.
But like his vocals and that guitar and drum work is amazing.
The way the song opens is really emotional and beautiful. Very church choir-like. Bono's vocals are fantastic. Then the song grows silent before coming back in a more dark, ominous feeling way. The music and Bono's vocals slowly climb from the quiet to the fore. There's a lot of tension built up in this song. The Edge's guitar work is equal parts dissonant and rhythmic. Mullen's drums and Clayton's bass line have a very dark and sinister feel to them. Lyrically, Bono was inspired by his reading of Norman Mailer's 1979 novel, The Executioner's Song. The lyrics portray the dark inner workings of the mind of a serial killer. Interestingly, there was some real-life controversy with this song. It was cited in the real-life court case of Robert John Bardo, who was convicted of the murder of actress Rebecca Schaefer. Bardo claimed that the lyrics to Exit influenced him to murder her. This song actually scared people as a result.
Well, that may make sense why it's at 13 million plays.
It could be. This song began as a jam session. They didn't know the tapes were rolling. This helps contribute to the raw and sinister feel of the song. It wasn't pre-planned or calculated. It was a spontaneous outburst of dark energy. All right, Michael, anything else on Exit?
I do not have anything else other than very sinister.
Indeed. All right, that's going to take us to the final track on the record. This is track 11, Mothers of the Disappeared. Michael, what you got on this?
This is nice and slow, low on beat. It's I think it's acoustic guitar that's they're using on this song. Amazing. Fits the vibe amazingly.
It's very touching.
It's very, very touching. And I think that plays a part why it's so touching because of the more laid back and slower vocals.
Yeah, it's kind of somber.
Mm. And this has 13 million plays, like I said.
No. And I'm going to get into that here in just a minute. No. This song opens with what sounds like the Edge scraping his pick along the strings of his guitar. This is joined by synths from Brian Eno. The sound of the synths remind me a bit of the music from Escape from New York or Transformers the movie, the animated one. This is a very emotional and touching song. It has a very somber and cinematic feel to it. Bono's vocal melodies are more subdued and quiet, but it's still a heartfelt and powerful performance. The song doesn't end with this big stadium rock anthem finish. It fades out with this haunting rhythmic pulse. It leaves us in a state of reflection. Lyrically, this is a tribute to a group of women, and I'm going to try to pronounce this as best I can. I believe it's Madres de Plaza de Mayo. They are in Nicaragua and El Salvador, and their children had been forcibly disappeared at the hands of the Argentine dictatorship. It's also a tribute to a similar group called Comrades who had children abducted by the government in El Salvador. Michael, do you have anything else on Mothers of the Disappeared?
I do not.
Okay. Well, that's going to take us to our final thoughts and our overall album ratings. Michael, let's get your final thoughts.
Amazing album. Amazingly amazing journey. I enjoyed this very much.
I'm glad.
I may have not shown it very much with my notes, but I really enjoyed this. And that's why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5.
I'm so glad you enjoyed this. I was scared.
I really liked El Cielo, and this reminded me a decent amount about El Cielo.
Yeah, I think I was just more concerned because this leans more in like a pop territory than it does a rock territory. It's definitely on the softer side of rock. I just wasn't sure if you were going to like it. I'm so glad that you did. It's such a good record.
I wouldn't say it leans so much to pop. I feel it just is a laid-back rock album.
For sure.
I wouldn't call it pop.
Oh, wait till you get into some of the other U2 stuff. To me, this record is timeless. This is the record that all other U2 records get held up against. There are so many eternally memorable, terrific songs on this record. The band and their producers have a gift for creating these big, cinematic atmospheres. The Edge's guitar work may be a masterclass in economical picking, but there is beauty, nuance, and complexity in his playing. The rhythm section of Adam Clayton and Larry Mullen Jr. set the tone for the songs and put on a masterclass at times in restraint, tension, and feel-good rhythms. Bono delivers perhaps his best overall performance on this record. I do very much enjoy some of his work on other U2 albums, but this, for me, is his most complete work. The Joshua Tree is a masterwork. Absolute, sheer perfection. It gets 5 out of 5 from me as well.
Woohoo!
And that will take us to our question for the audience. What is your favorite track on the Joshua Tree and why? All right, Michael, now we're going to get into our next segment. This is Can't Wait, new music coming soon. Michael, what's on your list?
The main thing is I'm still waiting on that Seven Dust record.
Won't be too much longer now.
I'm going to actually check when that comes out. I forget now. It comes out in 40 days.
Yep, not too much longer, like I said.
So about a month.
A little over a month. For me, over the next couple of weeks, I've got my eyes on March 27th, when Black Label Society releases Engines of Destruction. And on April 3rd, Green Carnation releases their new record, A Dark Poem Part 2, Sanguis. And recently announced, on May 28th, the Black Veil Brides release their new record, Vindicate. And if you've never heard those guys before, they kind of remind me a bit of, like, 80s glam metal. On May 29th, Devin Townsend releases The Moth, which has been in the works for a very long time.
How long? Do we know?
I want to say like a decade.
Wow.
On June 26th, The Pretty Reckless release their new record, Dear God, and Muse drops their new record, The Wow Signal. Michael, anything else before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. So now we're going to get into your journey, Michael. We're going to discover a new song from the past. We're going to get your thoughts on the Four Tops' Reach Out, I'll Be There. Reach Out, I'll Be There is a song recorded by the American vocal quartet Four Tops from their fourth studio album, Reach Out, released in 1967. It was written and produced by Motown's main production team, Holland, Dozier, and Holland. The song is one of the most widely known Motown hits of the 1960s and is today considered the Four Tops' signature song. It was the number one song on the Rhythm and Blues charts for 2 weeks and on the Billboard Hot 100 for 2 weeks in October 15th through the 22nd, 1966. The track also reached number one on the UK singles chart, becoming Motown's second UK chart topper after the Supremes' 1964 release, Baby Love. It reached number one on October 27th, 1966, and stayed there for 3 weeks. Rolling Stone later ranked Reach Out number 206 on its list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Billboard ranked the record as the number 4 song for 1966. In 2022, the single was selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Recording Registry. Lead singer Levi Stubbs delivers many of the lines in the song in a tone that some suggest straddles the line between singing and shouting, as he did in the 1965 hit I Can't Help Myself. Holland, Dozier, and Holland were writing new songs for the Four Tops to record for an album in 1966. Lamont Dozier said that he wanted to write a journey of emotions with sustained tension like a bolero. To get this across, I alternated the keys from a minor Russian feel in the verse to a major gospel feel in the chorus. He developed the lyrics with Eddie Holland, aiming for them to sound as though they were being thrown down vocally. Dozier said that they were strongly influenced by Bob Dylan at the time, commenting, "We wanted Levi to sing the lyrics as a shout-out to Dylan." For the recording, the writers and producers intentionally put Levi Stubbs at the top of his vocal range, according to Abdul Fakir of the Four Tops, to, quote, make sure he'd have that cry and hunger and wailing in his voice, end quote. And Michael, with that little bit of background out of the way, let's get your thoughts on this song.
Amazing song. I love the vocals. Just an amazing song.
It's got a great feel and vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yes. And something that caught me off guard. On Spotify, this only has 187 million plays.
Aw, man, no. No. This is a classic. No. This should have way more listens than that.
It caught me off guard. But also, you gotta keep in mind, Spotify hasn't been around forever.
No, that's true. And I think maybe some of the younger generations aren't really familiar with a lot of this music. But, man, This stuff is so good.
I've heard
It deserves better.
A decent amount. I think it's the fact that they just don't know the song name or like the people that made it.
Could be. Had you ever heard the song before?
Yes.
Or at least the refrain?
Yes, I've heard it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is another one of those iconic songs. As soon as I hear the opening piccolo, flutes, and bass line, I know what this song is. I love the drums and the jangling sounds of the tambourine on this song. They create an infectious groove. The bass line from James Jamerson of the Funk Brothers is also fantastic and one of the legendary bass lines in Motown history. Lead singer Levi Stubbs delivers the lyrics with so much heart and soul. The vocal melodies on the chorus are so hooky and memorable. The backing vocals are not just providing harmony, they're a response as part of a call and response technique that originated in gospel churches and moved into soul music. I can't not listen to this song and sing along. Such a good tune. Michael, let's get your rating out of 5 on this.
Amazing classic. It's gonna get a 5 out of 5. It's amazing.
Great tune. Perfection for Michael on this episode. Gave a perfect score. In fact, we're perfect across the board today. I gave a perfect score for the U2 album. You did. Then you give a perfect score for this. We're on a roll today. Okay, Michael, up next on your journey, we're going to cover Soft Cell's Tainted Love. And then for our main topic on the next episode, we're going to be discussing Nine Inch Nails' 1989 release, Pretty Hate Machine. And with that said, we want to hear from you. We will read your emails and messages on the show. We have only one request. Keep them clean. There are several ways to contact us. You can email us at lightmovepod@gmail.com. You can also reach us on several social media platforms, such as Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads. Details on how to connect with us are in the show notes. We are part of the SPDM Crew Podcast Network. Check out all of the podcasts on the network by visiting spdmcrew.com.
If you like the show, subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform and share with your friends and family. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and a variety of other platforms. We're also on YouTube. Can't find us on your chosen platform? Shoot us a message and let us know. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This helps us be found in the algorithm. Make them good and we'll read them on the air. Are you in a band and you'd like for us to check you out and possibly drop a recommendation on the show? Shoot us a message. We'd love to check you out and give you a shout. We'd like to thank you very much for listening to the Leitmotif and Movement podcast.
Take care and enjoy music.